So I'm trying to do this special education matrix thing. It's basically you're tracking supplementary aids and services, and we do it once a quarter just for documentation's sake for the special ed office, like basically to make sure that we are providing services. However, it's just a hassle because I have so many kids with IEPs and 504s. That's not the hassle part of it. The hassle is the actual like filling in of the matrix, because due to the sheer quantity of kids that I have, it just takes a long time. And also I'm using this dry erase Amazon generic marker, and it's like giving me a headache because of the fumes. I don't know. Anyway, it is the last week of school, and I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. So that's about where we're at. I do want to talk about my organization system that I'm trying to put in place now, so that when I come back in the fall, it'll be organized, I guess. I've been using a filing cabinet all year, which has been really nice because I had a filing cabinet last year, but I just never really used it. But I'm going to take all of the papers and things from the filing cabinet that are basically papers, so not samples of things or games or whatever, but pages, the papers. I'm gonna combine and put into binders, basically. Last Friday we had a field trip to the zoo, which I personally think went well. It's pretty fun. Kids said they enjoyed it, so that was nice. I walked around a bit this year. Usually I don't tend to walk around. I just sit in the pavilion and stew. But I decided to walk around with some coworkers, and that was nice. I obviously can't show you what this matrix is that I'm working on, but basically it's a big grid, like an Excel spreadsheet, but on paper. It's a big Excel spreadsheet with the student's name and then the dates and then each of their accommodations that you have to highlight or mark off that you've provided for them as a service, basically. Typically, in the past, the special education teacher did this, but because it's all in class, it's the gen ed's responsibility to do this now, which is not that I wouldn't be providing these services anyways. It's just, like I said, the sheer additional work to marking this stuff off at the end of the quarter is kind of asinine. So I'm in the process of putting in final grades. Also, I'd like to point out that I've never worn this cardigan with a single button at the top before. Usually I button it all the way, and it just so happens that the 2 days I've ever done that, I'm also recording myself. So anyway, regardless, it is the last day of school. I didn't end up recording pretty much anything past what you already saw. I didn't even really record packing up my room because I was just packing up my room. I don't know. I can give a general overview of my room before I leave. However, year 3 is pretty much a wrap. We don't have to take everything off of our walls, but I tend to do it just because it's nice to come in the next year with everything pretty much completely blank. Although then I do have to put it back up, but honestly it's fine. I leave my bulletin boards up, so I haven't taken off the borders or anything like that, so I can show you that as well. But basically everything is gone so that next year I can start new. And I already have some ideas of what I would like to do next year, in terms of room organization and so on and so forth, but I will obviously deal with that when time comes for that. I guess I'll give you some takeaways while I'm still doing this. This year went by really quickly, weirdly enough. I feel like it was more, maybe it felt more like 8 months. I mean, the past, I don't know, April to June definitely felt like it was never gonna end, but in general, I'd say it was a
pretty quick year. Oh, I will tell you what I'm going to change next year, probably. So here's what my thoughts are. I am probably going to be a lot more strict and particular about late work. It started getting pretty ridiculous towards the end of the school year. So I was already kind of more strict with the late work towards the end of the school year, but I'm going to be more specific about it at the beginning, like when we go over syllabus and expectations and stuff. Yeah, because it's ridiculous. And I understand the concept of, well, are you grading what they learned, or are you grading their ability to turn work in? I get it, but I think practically, first off, a lot of the work that we do, they have enough time to do it in class. But also, I can't accurately, formatively assess students if they're not turning work in. And if they turn work in 2 months later, I can fix their grade, but also they could have gotten the answers from someone else. They could have found the answers online. So am I really assessing their ability at that point? No. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation.